Welcome back everyone, I'm your manager X and this is Lobotomy Corporation. So I'm on this menu just simply to show off the story and codex. I think there's a hotkey to open these, but I don't know what they are. So here's the codex. I'm floating at 98% right now, which probably means I'm missing one abnormality. I mean, there's what? That's 15, 30... 45, 60, 75, that's 81. Now some of these you don't need to actually do. Yeah, I think these circular ones you actually don't need to do. But yeah, I think we're only missing one. I think it's an LF type. But anyway, go ahead and step out of that. And if you click on story, you can actually pull up any previous conversations between Sephira as well as story bits. So I pretty much have everything up to day 45 and majority of the Sephiras at this point. So, we're going to be messing with the new item. Letting the not responding pass before I continue speaking. Alright, well that actually loaded very quickly. So we got this item to deal with. I'm wondering if that's all I have to work on. I mean, I know there's an LF type that we haven't done, but it could be a backer thing or something that I don't actually have to get. I still kind of want to get it though, just simply because at this point I'm kind of grabbing everything. The only thing I'm not going to grab obviously is the button. Supposedly there's a way to do it without losing all your shit, but I don't want to risk it at this point. The only useful thing about the button is it can't be meltdowned, so it'll be one less room to worry about. But anyway, so I'm just checking a few things here. I think I'll have Marissa do it. So next day I shouldn't be getting any new rooms or new abnormalities, so I'll be focusing purely on, I'm going to probably just finish this up and then call it a video, and if anything special happens after the fact, we'll deal with it then. But in any case, we're gonna do some stuff. Alright, so while that's going on, let's send everyone down to this room. So we already know that the kill counter will drop when we have Yang equipped. But I'm gonna try a few things. So now she is equipped. Well, I'm gonna send you up to this corner. Or fast forward so the 30 seconds should go by a little bit faster. There it goes. Also while that's going on. So there's Yang. Yang's where gains resistance against white damage. Damages, however, when 005102 was not in the facility, nothing happened. The other half is missing. Also, if you go to work on Yin while having Yang equipped, it will immediately trigger what it will happen when you combine them. And kill the person. Giant fish, giant fish. Wow, that damage. Yeah, that just killed a bunch of people. Oh. And it made this come out. Okay. So what happens is they kind of have, the AI works is they have kind of a set meeting point, and they'll just, they are gonna pretty much beeline to that point. Yeah, so I'm losing people here. Obviously the panicking's happening here. Whoa, death beam. And it does this, and then this comes across. Alright, so that dragon, when it comes across, does a few things. It will immediately inverse kill-off counters of any of the rooms it goes by. So everything here was pretty much maxed, so they flipped to 0. And anyone that had gotten, if anyone was in the path of it, it would do, as you can see here, it would inverse their health and their sanity. So if you're at max health, you die. If you're at max sanity, you panic. And that's what happens. And after that, it just kind of returns, and then all that happens. So let's go ahead and retry. Alright, so I was wondering what would happen with the item, and the item does actually turn into an escaped abnormality, so that's kind of a problem. So what we're gonna do... Let's see if we can make this work. And obviously the dragon comes so fast, you're not gonna have any real opportunities to do what you need to do. Kind of considering what my options are. I have to do this for at least over 3 minutes. So what I think what I'll do is I'll do what I did with the shelter. I'll just count slowly to 10 and then do what I need to do. Alright. Alright. So, I already know about that part. Sorry if it's a little uninteresting, but this is literally all I can do at the moment. I'm actually counting a little fast in my head right now, but I'd rather play it safe. Counting that time. Supposedly, as long as you don't actually go and grab Yang, there's not really any danger of any of the other stuff happening. It decreases the mental damage of the wearer. Because of this, it is called Pendant of Good by the employees. Yang periodically healed the wearer's mental health. As you can probably see from the sparkles. We're at a minute and a half. So far so good. Yeah, I'm doing about 15, it looks like I'm doing about 15 to 17 seconds per run, which is about as close as I really want to get to 30 seconds. Those who come near it wanted its energy. They said it clarifies their minds and give warmth to their hearts. Also, they feared the black pendant. I hope every abnormality is helpful like this one, they said, while sighing. It couldn't understand. It never intended to help others. It was just the way it worked. Caution, do not put Yang's wear in the containment chamber of O05102, also known as Yen. Alright, we're at 2 minutes. However, the world has more than warmth and light. The sky exists because the land does. Darkness exists because light does. Life exists because death does. Hope exists because despair does. Caution, be noted that when O05102 escapes, Yang also escapes. It is confirmed that the same problem occurs even when an employee is wearing one of them. Yeah. So either way. But like I said, as long as Yin doesn't escape, you never have to really worry about it. And as far as a meltdown for Yang is concerned, all you have to do is just pick it up and return it. There's no danger for going any longer. So that should be it. The black carp swims towards the harmony and the white carp swims towards the chaos. What will happen when the two carps meet? Well, a big giant dragon comes across and kills everybody. Well, more like flips the table. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'll cut off here, and I will be back at the on day's end, and we'll see if we get any triggers for seed completion, because I don't know if it just immediately gives me the seed completion once I have 100%. We'll see. Anyway, BRB. And we're back. I would like to do more grinding, but I want to go ahead and get this stuff saved, so I'm done with Yen. I'm still going to work on Yen to get the Discord earpiece. It does reduce health and sanity, but it gives you 20 movement speed and 20 attack speed and the ability to regenerate. It's pretty amazing. Also, Yen is completely immune to black damage. I'm assuming Yang is probably immune to white damage. So that probably was harming my DPS quite a bit. Anyway, I think that's everything. Just let me... So yeah, Kongara here, you can see the little earring on the on her left ear there. And that's pretty much it. Got a few more coffins. Finally got glasses on some characters. But these will probably be what I'll be grinding for a while. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish the workday. Just see what the stats are looking like. Yeah, Lewis finally got her glasses, and now she's maxed out on Temperance. In fact, I think she's maxed out on everything now. All she needs now is the a better headpiece and the earrings. Alright. Alright, not sure if I'm missing anything else. Go ahead and hit start just to save it. Back to main menu. So that should be day 19, yep. Codex. Alright, 100%. Abnormality disillusion. Got everything. I believe Bald is Awesome is one that you need to get. But yeah, I just got these last two. Isn't? No, it's not in order. I was wondering if it was in order, but it isn't. It's based off, I don't know what it's based off of, but... So here's the Apocalypse Bird. So you could get this this sword here and get this awesome armor here, but you can see the dialogue for this as well. Yeah, and it combines all of the bird descriptions, it looks like. Actually, this might be different. Yeah, it looks like this is the big bird description. See if I can find big bird. Queen bee. There's big bird. Oh, it is a different thing. Well, we can go ahead and read it then. Confined the light. Long arm hid the time. Small beak whispered endlessly. As long as they exist, the Apocalypse Bird will not disappear. So pretty much the tip is get rid of the eggs in order to get rid of it. You can't really work on this, I don't think, because you can't really get it. But a bird that is known to come when the world is filled with sins. Many employees fear the advent of this bird. If we want to talk about this bird, we must tell the story of the Black Forest first. We must not forget the forest once so beautiful and peaceful. An apocalypse shall come after that. Tales from the Black Forest. A long time ago, in a warm and dense forest lived 3 happy birds. The birds had no names, but creatures in the forest called them Big Bird, Long Bird, and Little Bird. Everyone lived freely and happily together in the forest in peace. The birds wanted the forest to be safe more than anyone, so creatures from outside can come and visit to have fun. It was a warm and sunny afternoon when a stranger visited the peaceful forest. He was a traveler, pioneer, and prophet, but at the time he was nothing. He wanted to come into the forest, but the birds didn't let him because they found him suspicious. The stranger, angered, told the birds as he left, "Tragedies will come to this forest soon. It will be tainted with sins and evil, and fights will never stop. Tragedies will stop once a terrible monster devours everything. The sun and moon will shine upon you no longer. The forest will never go back to what it was before." The birds became worried because of this prophecy. What if fights never stop? And a terrible monster devours everything as he said. The birds decided to become sentinels of the forest. They loved this forest, so they wanted to protect the creatures living in it and keep the peace. Big Bird, with his many eyes, watched over the forest to seek trespassers. Big Bird's eyes can see very far and things we can't see. Then somebody said, "What should we do if the monster comes in the night when everyone's asleep?" Big Bird became worried, so he burned all of his feathers to make an everlasting lantern. Now creatures in the forest were under Big Bird's watch day and night. Longbird weighed the sins of creatures that entered the forest to keep peace. Longbird's scales could measure every sin and were fair and just. Then somebody said, "But what should we do if the scales don't tip into any direction?" Longbird became worried, so he made scales that tip to only one direction so he can get the results under any situation. Little Bird decided to punish bad creatures with his beak. Somebody said, "But your beak is so small, no one would find it painful." Little Bird became worried, so he split his mouth to make it big enough to devour any creature in one bite. No one wanted to visit the forest anymore. Bad rumors about the forest started to spread outside. Whoever enters that forest ends up in a terrible situation. No creature is free because Big Bird is watching them all the time. Longbird's scales are not fair at all. Little Bird's punishment is so scary. The birds were angry. Why would they spread rumors like that when they were working hard to protect the forest? Fewer and fewer visitors came to the forest. The creatures were complaining, fights broke out daily, and the birds worked even harder to make the forest peaceful again. This forest is too big and wide to protect with only 3 of us, but there's no creature who can protect this forest but us. We can merge our strength together, we might become stronger. The day when Big Bird's eyes that can see hundreds of kilometers away, Long Bird who can judge any sin, and Little Bird's mouth that can devour everything merged together, darkness fell upon the forest. Creatures screamed in fear at the sight of the bird. The forest fell into chaos soon. In chaotic cries of fear, somebody shouted, "It's a monster! It's the monster! Big terrible monster lives in the dark black forest." Monster? 3 birds, now as one, looked around to find the monster, but couldn't find it. The birds stared, looking for the monster, wandering the forest. It's dangerous if the monster is in the forest. But there was nothing. There were no creatures, no sun, and moon, and no monster. All that is left is just a bird in the black forest. Only cold, dark night continued from then. Rumors say that there is a terrible monster in the Black Forest where no one lives. Testimony of a survivor. Every single light in the facility went crazy. They kept going on and off, and I couldn't even use a lighter. Then warm light shone through. It looked like waning twilight or rising morning sun. But as we all know, sunlight can't come into the facility. We silently gazed at the light. A sudden darkness and weird gleam of light were enough reasons to be frightened. It was scarier than any gory scene we saw here. It was a fear of unknown itself. Something was coming from afar. Incandescent lights, like stars in the space, were walking towards us. They looked like Big Bird's eyes, but it was not him. I heard those long arms scratching the floor. Someone whispered, "There's someone who couldn't run away." There was an employee kneeling on the floor, as if he couldn't sense the thing approaching from behind him. He couldn't scream. He was just meaninglessly struggling to move his legs. There was no heroic act of another employee standing against the monster, or even a scream that tells him to watch out. Everyone were just looking at him, expecting the terrible thing that was about to happen. Every step sent tremor to the whole facility. The monster was walking at a very slow pace, but it seemed so fast. It devoured the employee in one bite, and in that moment, everyone started screaming in chaos. I succeeded in numerous suppressions, but that day, for the first time, I regretted ever joining the company. I was sure that I won't get out of here alive. This helplessness overwhelmed me. I couldn't even think about suppressing the monster. I think I'm the only one who is intact enough to write among the survivors. The company will never tell new employees about the presence of that monster, but I want to warn them. That's why I'm writing this. There you go. Apocalypse Bird is not required, as far as I know. And supposedly the circular ones are not required. The button is not required. Obviously, I don't even have the button on here. I think that's it. I think everything else is fair game. So, according to this, it says I have 100%, so I should have that requirement now. So, hopefully this playthrough will be the one where we actually succeed. In any case, I am the Depressed DOI. This was Lobotomy Corporation. See you guys next time.